Hi, I'm Allegra Houston, and welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week. My creative collaborator, James Nave, is currently on his way to Manila Airport on his way to Taipei. So I am doing this video for you solo. Every Saturday at noon Eastern Time, US, we meet with whoever wants to join us, and we have an imaginative storm writing session, which means that we share an image for 2 minutes. Everybody generates a list of whatever words pop into their head. We create a community list by taking one item from each person, and then we all write for 10 minutes, and then we go into breakout rooms and read what we wrote aloud to an appreciative audience. And then we come back together. We do what we call the exquisite storm, which is taking a line from each person's piece and putting it together into a sort of found poem. And then we stay for an after chat, which may last as long as it lasts, up to an hour sometimes, as it did today. So, and then I make this, or Nave and I make this video for those of you who cannot join us in person on Zoom. So here we go. First, we share an image. So I will put that image up on the screen for 2 minutes and ask you to make a list of whatever words or very short phrases pop into your mind. The more random, the better. So here comes the image. And after everyone has generated their own personal list, we go around the Zoom room and take one item from each person's list. And so I will read you and put up on the screen today's community list. It's lovely to have this because it's like we kind of share our imagination and we can all inspire each other in this very simple, easy way. And it's so interesting how the words get used in such different ways by each person. So I will put the list up now, and you might want to write some of these words down. Don't worry if you don't get them all. I will put it up again on the screen during the 10-minute writing time. So here we go. French Revolution, ephemeral dream, Spice Girls, bosom buddies, lips turned sideways, catch my eye, reflected glory, objects of my reflection, hot mamas, the dance, produce district, Rockettes, bloody heart goo. And then I misheard that and I wrote down bloody hard to do. Do you like to jive? Concubine garden, sexy. Missing pieces of love, reflection, hold it in your hand. I want to touch her breasts. So there you have it. And you can use as many or as few of those words and the words on your personal list during the 10-minute writing time as you like. And it's a good idea not to try and decide in advance what you're going to use or where this is going to go. Think of it as a dance between your imaginative mind and your rational mind, but let your imaginative mind lead the dance like a tango or a foxtrot. Let it go wherever it wants to go. And if it spins your rational mind until it's dizzy, so much the better. Your rational mind's job is just to stay with the program, not collapse in a heap or storm off in a huff and say, I can't do this or this is stupid, because that is what your rational mind tends to do. But what we're doing here is we're training your imaginative intelligence to give you its gifts, and we're training your rational intelligence to accept them. And this is kind of important for life, not just for writing, but certainly very important for writing. So as you write, don't worry about whether it's any good or whether you're doing it right. You're doing it right. As long as you're writing, you're doing it right. Some people, one time, this woman wrote a haiku about not knowing what to write, and it was absolutely brilliant. If you would like to read it, buy our book, Write What You Don't Know. I quote it in there. Yeah, so don't worry about what you should or shouldn't do. The goal is simply to surprise yourself. So your 10 minutes will start now. So something now exists in the world that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. And to really give it some body, some existence in the world, let's give it a bit more. Read it aloud. We do this every week on our call. We go into rooms of 6 or 7 people so that we have an appreciative audience, because there's no point in criticizing something that was written in 10 minutes. All that's interesting is what pops, what has energy, what's striking or intriguing. But when you read your work silently on the page, you tend to be looking for what you don't like. You tend to be looking for what you want to change. When you read it aloud, you're not in much of a position to change it unless you want to improv a bit as you read, which is totally fine, because reading aloud is actually a great editing tool. But more importantly, it's a great tool for training your inner critic to look for what you like rather than what you don't like, because your body will respond to what you like, and that will effortlessly push you in the direction of writing more of what you like, which tends, again, to be what surprised you. So put me on pause now, please, and read what you wrote aloud. Even if it's to an empty room, you are your most important audience. And now that you have read your work aloud, if you would like to share it further, we have a way for you to do that. We have a platform called The Circle, where we post each week the prompt and the the image and the word list, and people can add as a comment what they wrote. We've been doing this for coming up to 5 years now, and they are all on there on the Circle. So if you feel inspired to do some more of these prompts, you can either do them here on our YouTube channel. All the prompts of nearly 5 years are here, and on the Circle. Here's how you get there. Go to imaginativestorm.com. Scroll over to the community page, click there, and you will see Imaginative Storm on Circle. Click there, and it will take you down to that bit of the page where it explains the circle. You can click here in the picture, and you end up at the circle. It won't look quite like this because I'm logged in and it wants me to do things. It will ask you to make a username and a password. It's also free. And once you've done that, go over here to this navigation on the left. You can explore the rest of it at some point if you like, but prompt of the week is where we're going. And in prompt of the week, you will see with the date every single prompt that we have offered for over 4.5 years. So it's quite an archive. And let's just click on one and show you how this works. So we'll click on this mural. So here you will find the first thing, the credit, then a link to our YouTube. We create a YouTube video for each prompt where we do the timing for you. And then you'll find the Saturday words and the Thursday words, and then you will see what people have posted. And well, this was a week where nobody really replied very much, but you can like what people wrote and you can reply to what they wrote. And if you want, you can upload an audio or a video. See here, Kathleen has commented on Celia's. And you can, here Nave's also uploaded an audio. And then at the very bottom, you will see this. What are your thoughts? And that is where you type in what you wrote. And you're done. And while you're at imaginativestorm.com, please check out our other offerings for writers. I've already mentioned our book, Write What You Don't Know, which has been used as a teaching tool at Iowa Writers Workshop, no less. And we are we're proud of it. We're pleased by the reception that it has had, both among professional writers and writing teachers, and also people who introduce themselves to us and say, well, I'm not a writer. And they change their mind on that reasonably quickly. So if you would like to check that out, that would be great. We also teach Write What You Don't Know as a live on Zoom 10-week, 11-session course. As I make this video, the next one starts on January 20th, 2026. And you can find information about that on our website, as well as our other online courses. The Write What You Don't Know also exists as an audio course and a video course. And we also do in-person retreats in Taos, New Mexico, La Veta, Colorado, and I do just myself. Those two are both with my collaborator, James Nave. And I also do a memoir intensive for 5 days in Nova Scotia. So you'll find all of that information at imaginativestorm.com. And we hope to meet you in person or online in person one of these days. Thank you for watching.